Hi, this is Robin, and this is my presentation on parts of a grid. First, we're going to start off with format. Format is the outer edges of your screen or page. They are your base guidelines. You will need to research to find out if there is a standard size for your layout. The format is used to tell you the type and placement of your other grid lines. Next, we move on to margins, and this is the negative space between your format edge, which is right here, and your content, which is in here. So this green line is your margin. It is used to surround and define the live area. The margins are the space above, below, and on the sides of your layout. It is necessary to do research, as in print, your inner margins might need larger margins to allow for binding. Next, we're going to move on to the live area, and the live area is the part of the page where your material will print safely. Items outside of this area run the risk of being cropped off when printing. Next, we have the action safe area, and the action safe area is used when working with screens. It is the area in which your material is visible. It is slightly larger than title safe area, which we'll discuss in just a second, where action appears without cropping. The title safe area is used in video, and it is the area on screen within which text and graphics will appear safely without cropping the content. So right here we have your yellow border is your action safe area, and your red border is your title safe area. Moving on, we have the trim line, and the trim line is the finished size of the printed page after the printer has trimmed away excess paper. This is used in commercial printing where they use slightly larger paper and trim to the final size. And you can see that by this red line right here in this example. That's where they're going to trim the paper to make it the right size. Bleed is the content that runs past the live area or safe area into the margins and off the edge of the screen or page. Designs will run the material out of the designated areas and just larger than the trim size. Once printed at the trim line, the material will be seen edge to edge. Print content may or may not bleed. However, screen content will always bleed. So right here in this picture, you can see where the bleeding goes just past the trim line. We're showing it here, but here's a better example where you have no bleed on this picture and bleed on this picture where it goes all the way from edge to edge. Next, we have columns, and columns are the major unit of the grid. You can have more than one column in your grid design. Usually they are referenced as a 2 or 3 column grid. Columns are used as the framework of the grid and are useful for placing your content in the correct space or position. An alley, which is this little green mark right here, or this yellow mark right here, is between columns. This is the negative space between columns, modules, or units on your grid. It can be on the side, or if your columns have space in between going horizontally, they can also be that way too. The gutter refers to the oversized margins between two facing pages, such as you see in a book, newspaper, or magazine. They're used to help with binding so your design does not get trapped in the fold of the book. Using alleys and gutters are a way to keep the elements separate and the text readable. This concludes my presentation for this unit. All the information was provided by lectures and our reading assignments. Thank you for watching.